What are we talking about?
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm a boomer. I think I'm a zoomer. I think I'm a doomer. Damn, I'm like a zoomer. Okay. EGWHITE coming with the heat. I stay fooling with my bop, my tunes will make your speakers hot. Dance floor, hopscotch, baby, do the pop.
Welcome to the Grillcast, the only podcast in the world dedicated to radical centrism. I am your host, Orion, and joining me today, as always, is Micah.
Hey, buddy.
And we got Mason back, the unofficial, official other co-host. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
You've been on a lot of times now. I think you've earned that title.
Yeah, I think this is what, 4th episode? 5th episode, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. I don't keep track. We are on episode 15. We are doing it, boys.
Jesus.
I know. Did you ever think we'd get this far?
No.
Me either. I thought we'd do a couple and it'd fizzle out, but we're going strong. We're gaining subs. We're gaining views. We're going for it. We're going the whole mile. Now, I have some great content I brought in today, and we're gonna start off with Kamala Harris.
Kamala?
She has vacated her position in the Senate. She has sworn in other senators. We are, we've entered wing-cucked times. We have the entire government being democratically controlled. This is not a good thing. But we do have Kamala Harris's great laughter.
Would you hit, though?
Yes.
Mason asking the important questions.
And I got an important answer for you. Let me go ahead and pull that up. All right, here we go.
Sorry, let's listen to the Vice President swearing in the
certificate of
senators.
appointment to fill the vacancy created by the resignation of former Senator Kamala D. Harris of California. Yeah, that was very weird.
It was.
That hair whip.
There's something about how she
Treacherous.
laughs. She cackles. She doesn't
Yeah.
laugh. She cackles.
She has a demonic cackle. There's no other way to say it. It's just like, it's really unsettling. And like, you could see the way that she knows that she's seized power. She's going to be president any day now. And she's just, like, it fucking scares me, dude.
Yeah. Have you seen you guys seen the meme where she's like doing the peace sign meme next to Biden's grave? Just kneeling down. Yeah.
No, God, there's that story that she wrote about how she was like, oh, God, what was it? She says something about freedom.
As a little girl or something.
Yeah, as like a 9-year-old. It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is a weird bitch, but she is in power now. And, I have to respect her. She's my vice president. And as I've always said, that's a position you have to respect no matter who's there.
Yes.
For now, we all know that within days, maybe even minutes, the military is going to seize both Biden and Kamala Harris.
And Obama.
They're going to take back
Hillary.
over. Trump's going to walk out. They're all going to like shed their human skin, realizing they've been beaten, and fly at him. And he's going to pull out the sword of Ronald Reagan and slay them.
The sword of
It's
Ronald
coming.
Reagan.
It's coming.
Any day now. It's happening. It's not over, guys. Trust the plan. Because that's what I've been reading, that, we just got to trust the plan. Now that Biden's taken power, he's officially committed the crime, and therefore he can be arrested.
Yeah,
But we'll get
exactly.
into that later. For now, we're going to talk about Joe Biden and what his administration is going to look like. What are some predictions that you guys have for that?
Oh, pretty much the same. Well, I think there's going to be, I'm a little anxious about like some aggressive, like new Patriot Act type thing to deal with like radical right wingers. I think mostly though, there's just going to be a lot of like hand wringing, and it's going to be like Obama. There's going to be a lot of stuff he says, not a lot that happens.
I'm glad you mentioned that because, we've been shitting on rightoids a lot the last couple weeks, and I want to take a moment to shit on leftoids and their embrace of the new wave of anti-terrorist spiel. They see their enemies in the crosshairs right now, and they're no different than the rightoids who wanted, all Muslim terrorists to be destroyed. Nobody likes terrorists, but we're gonna see a big backlash. We're gonna see a lot more surveillance. We're gonna see a lot more curbing of rights in the name of pursuing terrorism. And, I think that a principled leftoid, if it even exists, should be against that implicitly.
Well, my predictions for the Biden administration are that he's going to continue the tradition of the Democratic Party pissing off the progressive base of their party by doing nothing that they want done. And see, this is to a point. Like, this is what wing cuckery gets you. Okay, you're a wing cuck on the right, and you vote for Trump, and you don't really get the things that you asked for, except owning the libs. And now the progressive base voting for the Democrats, they get nothing but owning the rightoids, the conservatives. That's all Biden serves, as a president.
I mean, he's already talked about like increasing police funding.
Yeah.
It's all pretty funny. I don't know, like progressives are probably like they just get utterly screwed in every way, like publicly, and then they just are like, yeah, we don't give a shit about you at all. But they still get out there and vote, They still do their thing because they're like, we have to pick the lesser evil. I can't vote a third party.
Well, you see that, in Portland on Inauguration Day, some Antifa people attacked the Democrat office because they said, we don't want Joe, we want revolution. And if they don't think that whatever laws come into effect pertaining to the rightoidsburg out on Capitol Hill is going to affect them when they go against Joe Biden and the establishment, they're fucking stupid. They're disposable goods.
There was actually some interesting handling of that incident, like in the media that I saw. Like it's always anarchists instead of like a few months ago it would have been protesters. Like they're turning,
Yeah.
The turn is happening.
It's already don't fuck around during this administration
because we have a respectable government now. Now you're an anarchist if you're against it. You're not a protester.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, this is the just government.
We're returning to normal.
It's like if you're protesting against Voldemort, and you get Voldemort out of there, but now you're protesting against Dumbledore? Get the fuck out of here. You anarchist. You filthy anarchist. Now, I have a couple of Joe Biden's plans that I wanted to bring up. One that's very near and dear to me is Joe Biden's plan to end gun violence. Now, in his plan to end gun violence, he wants to end the online sale of firearms and ammunition. He will enact legislation to prohibit all online sales of firearms, ammunition, kits, and gun parts. That is so completely fucked for gun owners. Ammo has already shot up like 3 times the price since the pandemic. Anybody who shopped online for ammo versus local knows that local places will screw you over on pricing. They have a brick and mortar store. They need to pay their employees and shit. It used to be the AR rounds were like 35 cents per round. Local stores would be like 50 cents per round. Now those local stores are $1 plus per round, and it's just going to get worse.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad. The other part of it's the $200 tax stamp on, all like assault rifles and assault rifle magazines. And everybody that owns an AR owns like at least like 10 magazines. Like they cost like $10. So that's, $200 for each one.
No, don't get crazy here. He also is instituting a buyback so that if you can't afford to do the $200 tax stamp, you can just turn it into them and they'll give you like $50 or something.
What do you guys think? Like, how are all the ammosexuals going to cope with this? Are they all just like frantically Googling how, like where to buy ammo, or like, do you think they're going to try to kill themselves, or they won't be able to kill themselves with guns, at least because they're going to get their guns taken away? So I think they're trying to, yeah.
I'll tell you that a lot of gun owners, I'd say most gun owners talk a big game. Oh, and the government comes for my guns. I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them good. But they're kind of pussies. And they're not going to do a goddamn thing about it. Everybody's panic buying ammo and has been since the pandemic started. And they're basically just going to say, well, the next time gun legislation comes over, when they come for my shotgun, then we're going to have a problem. for these people that talk such a big game, they're kind of pussies, man.
Oh no,
Yeah, I mean, it depends if they're sending people like to houses to like, get these guns. Like if they do that, like there are like some gun owner, like the vast majority are just talking a big game. There are definitely some that are I mean, if they start sending agents to houses, there's gonna be some shit's gonna pop off.
But they won't do that.
Well, it's not like the crazy gun owner homosexuals that you have to worry about. It's like the common person who happens to own a gun who's gonna like freak out at somebody, entering their house and just fire off a couple rounds. Like it's the people who actually are like into guns, those people will surrender for sure.
The vast majority are just going to not. They're just going to say they lost it in a boating accident. They're just going to
Yeah.
keep it, and then these things are going to get tacked on as like additional crimes when they do other stuff. Like they'll search their house and be like, "Oh, you had like this many unregistered firearms and unregistered magazines," and it's just because like everyone's going to have them.
Yeah.
So we got one more Joe Biden gun plan, or I'm sorry, we have one more Joe Biden policy plan that I'd like to cover, and it's his plan against violence on women. All right. So he wants to convene a national task force on online harassment and abuse.
Why?
As
What?
president, Joe Biden will convene a national task force with federal agencies, state leaders, advocates, law enforcement, and technology experts to study rampant online sexual harassment, stalking, and threats, including revenge porn, deep fakes, and the connection between this harassment, mass shootings, extremism, and violence against women.
Only we get to
Wait, 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 wait. So you're telling me if I go out and I make a CGI animation of some girl I know having sex, I'm gonna get prosecuted for that?
Hell yeah.
They're gonna study the connection between that and mass shootings, extremism, and violence against women. You see,
I don't see how these things are connected.
no, they're definitely connected. That makes so much sense that somebody who calls some dumb OnlyFans thought a used up hole. They're probably also a mass shooter. That makes sense to me, right?
I don't know. Like this isn't like the tits or GTFO like era of the internet. I don't think these things are like that common anymore. I mean, there was the whole like incel community, and that's kind of what this is like addressing, which are kind of just kicked back to incels.me at this point. Like nobody wants them. Like every platform has actually bothered to take them off. I just don't think it's a very real issue.
Incels are an oppressed group, and this proves it. They are one of the most oppressed people, and it's,
Yeah.
frankly, it's disgusting that you
This
can't
is
even
wrong.
go online. Like, if women didn't want to
This
be
is-
harassed online, they wouldn't dress like that.
No, they wouldn't go online.
Yeah, exactly. When did they start thinking they were welcome?
How much more are we gonna take away from the incels?
I mean,
Like-
really, if they want to curb sexual harassment online, like what they need to do is shut off our internet from India's. Like that is that's where the like sexually harassing messages are coming from. Like, speaking of which, have you guys ever seen like comments on like porn videos or like porn subreddits? That shit is weird as fuck. It's just like
Some of those comments are hilarious, dude.
I like those guys. That's like some real Coomer shit. Commenting on it, like, because like, are they commenting before? Like, are they commenting during? They're not commenting after, because you get the fuck out of there. You're ashamed after.
I find it comforting at least that like these people watching like this sick pornographic material at least have like a good sense of humor.
They know what they are.
I don't know. I've just seen the like thirsty, like weird comments, like on like Gone Wild. They're just like, "Oh, you're so hot, like you're so this, like," and it's just like, "What are you getting out of this, buddy? What are you doing?" Yeah.
Well, maybe they'll see it and then have sex with them. You gotta cast every line you can.
And there's some porn stars that have played off of that. Like, I think it was Mia Khalifa, like had sex
Mhm.
with a random fan, and that's some
Did you ever watch that?
Yes.
possibly. I
Yo,
think I
that
have.
guy was so uncomfortable and like awkward. He's like, oh, this isn't how I thought it would be at all. Those Arab girls, man, their tits are the bomb.
He's got like a fluffer. It's like some dude, and like there's just all this shit going on off camera. Like,
All right. Well, do you guys want to move on to our next segment today?
yeah, sure. What you
Yeah,
got?
man.
Our next subject today is going to be Trump supporter freakouts. Now, as you might imagine, there are a lot of Coomers, if you will, who thought that the 20th was the day. It's the last final day where they're finally going to come in. They're going to arrest Joe Biden and Kamala and Hillary and Obama and Jeffrey Epstein's reanimated corpse. They're going to get them all and they're going to throw them in jail, right? That
Yes.
didn't end up happening. A lot of them did not react well to this inauguration. I'm going to go ahead and play our first video today.
President Trump, if you see this, please save us. I don't even see our American flag anymore. Biden's talking with some kind of crazy flag.
What?
This is America. This is our land. Please, President Trump. Please, please. I hope you have a plan.
Where's your plan?
God,
Where's the
please
plan?
save us. Save us from the devil, please. Y'all, I'm about to have a panic attack.
You already are.
This is our country. Our country.
Not anymore, bitch.
This is awful. God, please save us, please.
God's abandoned the chat.
Yeah, God's he's
He
not
did
involved.
a long fucking time ago. Like, this is just setting into this woman. Like, oh my God, we're fucked. Yeah, I've known that since I was like 12, dude. Like, get with the fucking time. What's wrong with this bitch?
That's going to go down with the no video from when Trump was inaugurated. It's the same kind of, and she had the, cue hope that was strung along that on inauguration day. And, I kind of wondered, not that there was going to be like a legitimate like military coup, but I figured there'd be like a bigger like angry boomer rally, but they didn't even do that.
No, nobody did shit.
No.
It
Nobody
was
did. There were 35,000 troops in DC, and everybody who went on the 6th got completely fucked, and Donald Trump did nothing for them.
Dude, it looks like fucking Half-Life 2 in DC right now.
He literally called in more troops. He authorized more troops for the inauguration. Everyone's just like, it's part of the plan, man. The troops are going to turn around. And no, he's just lost. He's beaten. It's over. He's gone.
It's
He's
over for
taken
Trump
off.
cells.
Yeah, well, it's sad. It's sad to watch like completely delusional people just.
No, it's not. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's amazing, and it happens every time. We get new material like this every election.
It's just funny though, like. I don't know. There was so much like hope even after the election that it was going to turn around because of all this Q-tarded like crap, and now it's finally done. Mostly, there's actually still people holding out, posting like new stuff. You can see it on like the Great Awakening.
And I just like to remind the audience that it was here on the Grillcast that we predicted that absolutely nothing would come from Trump's accusations of fraud.
Who could have seen that coming, though?
Yeah,
who could have known? Yeah, seriously,
it was up in the air, and we called it.
Now, we got another video. So, the next video is a freak out from a gay black Trump supporter. He's actually Herschel Walker's son, a famous football player. I think this is a great freak out. I think you'll agree.
Oh, no good pardons, just so you know. We pardoned drug dealing rappers. We pardoned a Democrat mega donor. Nobody good. Nobody good. Nobody anybody was holding out for. Nothing declassified. Not that I saw. Nothing good declassified.
Where are the UFOs?
We're kind of like, oh, this is how it ends? This is how it ends?
Yes.
We're getting thrown off online, discriminated against, and no stand up for us now. And any liberals who are happy that I'm a little perturbed, oh no, you're about to get it. No. I'm happier because you're in the crap hole too. Because you should see Biden's day one agenda. Say bye to America. Say goodbye. All the over excess, it's over. It's done. We're screwed. We're screwed.
He looks like when you hit random on like a Skyrim Oblivion character customization for like Redguard.
I was gonna say that's not real. He doesn't have a son, right? That's just a CGI. Like
it's a deep fake,
right?
son.
That's a deep fake, right? That's not a real person.
There really is something special about the way that black gay dudes say things, That was perfect.
Oh, he has more. He has more in him too. He just keeps saying, it's over. It's over. And it's like, yeah, it's over and it's been over. And you should have realized that, man. Like, I don't know where you've been. So let's continue watching.
So I don't know what to say. Everybody was hoping last couple weeks, a little something could have been done. We're getting discriminated against. Nope. It's just over. America dies. Nobody cares. Nobody's standing up for us.
What does this guy know about getting discriminated against as a gay black
3
man?
shots of espresso over ice in a venti cup with 1 pump of vanilla and a little bit of cream on top.
It's over. The country's done. Could I get a frappe, please?
And a grande water. That'll be it.
Can I get my country back?
Thanks. I have a drink in here so I can get my grande water.
Go on.
I just thought that was so funny that he's spurging out and he just orders some Starbucks. The
Seamlessly
country's
shifts.
over. We're all gonna die. Fuck you, liberals. I'll take a grande mocha.
Okay,
please.
but that's actually
Extra
really
whipped cream.
that's actually really accurate. That's like
Yeah.
that's like an allegory for everybody else.
It really is.
Going back, oh, we lost the country. All right, I'm going to McDonald's. Do you want anything?
He doesn't seem too scared. He doesn't seem too upset, But that's good. I think he'll be okay.
I think it's like a cognitive dissonance thing. Like on one hand, you think everything's over. On the other hand, you just live your life like normal and kind of compartmentalize it.
Even if you're like marginally connected somehow to like the government, like you have a government. I've heard people who have like government jobs who are Trump supporters like I can't do it. I can't work for the Biden administration. Like yes, you can. You're going back to work. Shut up. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He continues here.
But honey, I think the thing is, Trump supporters were just hoping at the very end we could go out with a little strength. We could go out, someone be up for us. And that didn't happen. That did not happen. So now we're left in the dirt. We're left feeling terrible, and it's not about feeling. We're left in a really bad position because Democrats are enraged and all this, and we weren't stuck up for. So we're a little kinda, like I said yesterday, left out in the middle of the road. A little left out. Okay? Get ready for Biden. Say goodbye to the country. Say goodbye.
Yeah.
That's going to work really well for their mentality. They're like, we just wanted not to be ritualistically humiliated on our way out. Now we are, and we have nothing left to look forward to. The one person we thought loved us betrayed us and stepped out like a cuck. I think some shit's gonna pop off because I think people that are less gay than this guy are gonna do some things.
Yeah, I mean,
they're gonna make content for our show. I'll say that.
I mean, Trump just totally, gave up, left, hasn't really said anything. There's no big speeches. It was just all he just got out of there, pardoned Lil Wayne and left, and I don't know. And a lot of that comes from the whole Capitol thing, which has just been so overstated. I mean, it was just a bunch of boomers, and they were practically let in. I don't know, man. It was like a guided tour.
Do you want to talk about the pardons?
Yeah.
He did do a bunch of pardons, not for any of his supporters, any of the people that he said, your country's being stolen, the election was stolen, go protest, go to the Capitol. And, he didn't stick up for any of them. He just left them to die and called them shitty people and said they weren't my real supporters. Yeah, he totally fucked them over.
The funny thing about that is a majority of them actually did support what happened at the Capitol. A majority of his supporters. I think.
Absolutely.
So he's basically shitting on the majority of his voters.
Even anarchists, actual anarchists who don't support him at all, were probably like, "Oh yeah, that was fucking awesome!"
Yeah.
How could you not? It was fucking dope, dude. Assault on the Capitol? Come on, that's sick.
We here at the Grillcast do not co-sign this message, even though we might agree with it. Do not attack the Congress. I'll just say that much. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
Do not plant a pipe bomb in any chamber of Congress.
Now, amongst his pardons, like you talked about, Lil Wayne was in there, and Kodak Black, he was another person who was pardoned.
No way.
Are you all familiar with the song Tunnel Vision by Kodak Black?
Yeah, I love that song.
I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the music video for that. I want you to keep in mind that he didn't pardon any of his supporters other than Steve fucking Bannon, which who gives a shit about that guy?
No Edward
Yeah, but
Snowden, no Julian
No,
Assange.
yeah,
no
absolutely not.
Julian Assange who gave him the 2016 election with WikiLeaks.
Yeah.
But he pardoned this guy. So for this video, I went ahead and cut it up a little bit, and I substituted the song in it with an Aggie song so that we wouldn't get copyright stricken. Keep that in mind. So for our audio listeners, it shows a man in a MAGA hat that says "Make America Hate Again" in a Confederate flag vest. He has an AK, and he's going up to a black man. Black Chad stands strong. MAGA man points the gun, but it doesn't work. So black man goes Hulk mode, starts beating up the Trump supporter. They have some KKK guys burning on a cross in the background.
This is sad. This is kind of pathetic.
They take the American flag and wrap it around the Trump supporter's neck, choke him out. So yeah, that's who Trump decided to pardon instead of his own supporters, which is hilarious. I think that's so fucking funny.
Kind of a sick music video.
Oh, it's a cool music video.
I
like
can't
it.
really understand why he did that. Like, the only reason to pardon Lil Wayne and Kodak Black is for, like, good publicity. Like, before the election, I would have understood it, but he doesn't really need that now. And,
Yeah, he doesn't.
So they both endorsed him for his 2020 run.
Oh, really?
They did this not because they actually support him, as that music video shows, at least in Kodak Black's case, but because they were facing federal charges and they wanted a pardon, which they ended up getting. That is 4D chess. That is real 4D chess.
My other question would be, like, if he
Part of
starts
the
a
deal.
TV network, maybe he's going to have him on.
Holy shit, yeah.
Okay, that'd be pretty based. I would say that Trump's not a giant retard if he actually did that. But I don't know. Like, I don't know that he's going to do that. I think he might be at a point where he just, like, tries to escape without getting fucking arrested and charged. I think he might be as quiet as fucking possible from now on.
This whole time, there's been all this talk about arresting Trump, and I've always been like, that's bullshit. Like, they're not going to arrest him, blah, blah, blah. But he's definitely been acting, particularly since the Capitol thing and all this crap is flown around about him, like, encouraging a coup and all that. He's been real quiet, and I'm kind of wondering if he's genuinely afraid of getting, like, charged with some shit now.
Well, that's why he immediately dumped
not.
on his supporters.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
probably not, since he didn't pardon himself. Also, why do you say coup?
How do you say it?
Coup?
Yeah, that's the right way to
you're
say
right.
it.
Yeah,
Like
you're-
a pigeon? Like a pigeon goes coo? Cuckoo.
Yeah.
Not like a coupe, like a two-door car. Like a...
No, that's a coupe. That has an E at the end.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. Let's get back to this very important discussion.
Right,
Now,
sorry.
as a legal expert, I would say that Donald Trump is completely fucked unless he shuts up and goes away. I think the deep
Yeah.
state told him that.
But what are the odds?
Officer Deep State came up to him and told him, "Look, you're going to jail unless you completely disown these people and move to Russia where you belong with Putin, your gay piss fetish lover."
I kind of wonder if that was kind of how it was with, like, Snowden and Assange too, because not that Trump would care, but his base, like, very much wanted him to pardon them. And I kind of wonder if, like, the FBI or some show was just like, no, no, we don't pardon that kind of person.
That was like his last real centrist political move, because both of those people are hated by the Republican and Democratic establishment. And I think, it was just a kind of goodwill. He was just doing them goodwill on his way out.
He did it from the bottom of his heart. He said,
yeah.
"You guys have been so kind to me. I'm gonna not declassify any crazy shit. I'm not gonna do anything really. I'm just gonna pardon a few rappers and a few of my henchmen, and I'm gonna fly to Mar-a-Lago."
The fuck off to Florida, where he'll be the ultimate Florida man.
King of the Florida boomers.
Florida man threw entire country into chaos for 4 years.
There's another weird pardon. He pardoned, like, a Blackwater member that, like, massacred a whole bunch of people. Some kind of indiscriminate slaughter in Afghanistan. And I don't really understand the point of that either. I mean, I guess just for more military backing, but like
Our leaders understand democracy and violence and the relationship of those two as it pertains to the Middle East. So when you kill a bunch of Middle Easterners to spread democracy, that's fine. But, as far as democracy and violence domestically, that's a no-no. That's terrorism.
Mm.
You don't spread democracy through violence domestically. It's different rules of engagement. So he pardoned that based Blackwater mass murderer because he spread democracy, he did God's work.
that makes sense.
I'm glad you guys agree. I could tell by that chortle that Micah agrees too.
Chortle.
Yes, chortle. Yeah, so basically Q boomers blown the fuck out. They have nowhere left to cope.
So far.
Where do you think that the Q-tards are gonna go from here, guys?
I think eventually they're gonna keep doing it. Like the hardcore ones still think it's like coming or whatever. As the months go on, they'll get more and more resentful. A lot of them will probably just become less crazy, but other ones will probably just be convinced that Trump lost, Q was silently killed, and they'll get more crazy.
I think that they should all take that retard energy and they should refocus their efforts into backing the "where the fuck is my check" movement. I mean, that's what they need to be doing. Because can we talk about where's my you're president now? Where the fuck is my check?
Yeah, where's my $2,000?
Where's my goddamn money?
You all
Look, we all know you cheated in the election, and you can buy my silence with $2,000 American cash.
Yeah.
That's minimum. That is minimum.
That is minimum.
Yeah. I mean,
Now, preferably, it'll be $1,000 every month, but
I kind of wonder if they might get some more use out of Q, because in my opinion, I think that Q is like an FBI operative, and it's just like it's a movement to mislead people. I think it's a psyop. It's probably just some random idiot in their garage, but I think it's like a psyop.
You're like an inverse Q-tard. Like you're just as retarded and believe the conspiracy that they believe, but you think it's a conspiracy against them rather than for them. Like you look in the mirror and the other side is a Q boomer.
Yeah. I think they're I don't think that metaphor is quite right, but yeah, I think
I'm retarded too. Don't worry.
See, I see the whole thing. I see how it lined to the assault on the Capitol and how that's going to expand our our intelligence apparatus's capabilities in the law. I don't know, man.
Are you one of those guys that thinks that it was false flaggers storming the Capitol?
No.
Okay, good.
That's not how our that's not how our intelligence works. That's not what you can inspire idiots to do dumb things. You don't actually go do dumb things.
I mean, isn't it Project Mockingbird that they do that at protests to turn them into riots? They bring people.
Wasn't that a CIA thing?
Yeah, no.
I thought that was a media propaganda thing.
Yeah, Project Mockingbird, that's different. That's them buying off reporters and owning media. No, that's just I forget what that's called, but yeah,
I know Alex Jones covered it in the early 2000s.
Sure, they infiltrate movements, and then they have a couple people start doing violent shit, and then the rest of the people follow their lead. And sure, yeah, that's a thing. And I wouldn't be shocked if there was an agent provocateur, one of those guys at the Capitol. I don't think they needed it though. I mean,
no, definitely not. Those people were pissed. Well, shit. Do we have anything more, boys? Anything else we want to talk about today?
I'm sorry. I'm so hung up on the whole coup versus coup thing.
Yeah. Have you guys seen that Biden's cabinet is entirely Jewish?
We're not talking about that.
No.
I didn't notice. They just looked like normal, good people to me, Mason.
God damn it. We're better than that.
That's future bonus content. That's not now.
Yeah, that's gonna be behind a paywall.
He did appoint the first ever transgender assistant health secretary or something.
Yep.
And I think that that's a good thing.
In a shocking move, she's actually she's trying to classify transphobia as a mental illness, specifically misgendering people constantly.
Pretty sure that was Daboom.
No, That's too bad, because it'd be a really interesting play.
Yeah, it would have come full circle.
Now you are mentally ill.
Yeah.
There's everybody pointing at each other. No, I'm not mentally ill. You're mentally ill.
Might I
How do you
posit
like it?
that both of them are mentally ill?
How do you like it, you transphobes? I got you now.
Okay, wait a second.
Ooh,
We'll see if this is interesting.
what's that?
President Biden set off a heated identity politics debate less than 24 hours into his presidency when he signed a gender discrimination order that has drawn heat from critics who accuse him of erasing women's rights.
Oh,
Language in the order would allow transgender women to participate in women's sports league.
oh, that's right.
Women BTFO'd. He's trying to win over the Trump supporters.
I'm wondering how many people are going to take the free gives. You know what I mean? Like, how many people are going to do it and actually, like, transition just so they can go in and, like, shit up women's sports? Like, I could transition right now and be, like, a Olympic women's hockey player.
Dude, you don't need to chop your pee-pee off or take hormones to say you're transitioning. Like, you can just say it.
Yeah.
I think Mason's trying to just like tell us his plan right now.
I think, yeah.
He's like, you see what Joe Biden's making me do just to be competitive?
But there's
He's making me do this. You think I want to wear this dress and these programmer socks?
there's money here. I mean, like, you could make some cash.
There's money here. I have to do this. You don't understand.
It's gonna be, that's when it's gonna be like outrageous, or there's gonna be one last cry of outrage is when men who are claiming to be trans start making money in women's sports. That's gonna be the last.
It'll be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch. I think it'll be great. I mean, it's already happened a couple of times.
It'll be hilarious.
If we just nationally open the floodgates, it's going to be like a constant issue, and it's going to be hilarious. And like, I love the old feminists when they start screeching about this stuff. Like, old feminists and like new age, like, you know, woke ideology do not go together very well at all.
Yeah.
You know, oh Lord, they're gonna have all these tantrums, freaking out. It'll be great.
Well, I think that about does it, boys. I want to say, to close this episode out, that Joe Biden has been responsible for 4,409 COVID deaths so far and counting.
That blood.
So I want to take a moment of silence for those people that Joe Biden personally killed with his irresponsible response to COVID.
Blood is on his hands.
F. And with that, thank you for listening to this episode of the Grillcast. See you next week, guys. Peace out, my grillas.
I'm old as a boomer. My mindset on Zoomer. Everything cooler, long as I'm not Laura Loomer. If you think I'm not number one, I done spelled that rumor. Hit that victory royale on some motherfucking coochie. Default dance on a bitch. Hit the default dance on a bitch. Floss dance while I'm flossing in a whip. Victory royale when that chopper hit. Self-incrimination, I have no participation. News keep asking, I don't say shit. You can't have my conversation.